In the heart of the Rocky Mountains, there are towns where time simply stopped. Once, the air echoed with minor shouts, the clatter of horses, and the clang of metal. Now, only the wind moves through rotting wood and empty windows. Colorado is home to more than 1,000 ghost towns, most of them relics from the gold rush that helped shape the history of the American West. Some are swallowed by forest, others frozen high in the mountains, and a few still stand tall, daring time to wear them down. Among them, 15 stand out the most, places where silence and history blend into one haunting landscape. The question is, are we brave enough to step into a past that no longer lives? There may be no ghost town in Colorado more beautiful or more intact than St. Elmo. Founded in the 1880s, it was once one of the busiest gold mining centers in the Chalk Creek area. Today, perched at over 3,000 meters above sea level, its old wooden buildings still stand in neat rows along the main street. There's a general store, a hotel, and houses that look like their owners just left yesterday. In winter, snow covers the roads and rooftops, creating a scene that borders on magical. The atmosphere is filled with both nostalgia and an odd calm, as if time chose to pause here, and only here. No wonder so many who visit it walk away in awe. It's often called the most alive ghost town in all of Colorado. Unlike the inviting charm of St. Elmo, Gilman is a town sealed in toxic silence. Once a thriving zinc mining community founded in 1886, its success came at a cost. After decades of mining, the land beneath the town became poisoned by heavy metals and industrial waste. In 1984, the U.S. government shut the town down and ordered a full evacuation. Since then, Gilman has remained off limits. The buildings are still standing, the windows still intact, but everything is silent. From afar, Gilman looks like a haunting painting, striking and dangerous, a ghost town not taken by time, but by poison. Roughly 20 kilometers south of Aspen lies Ashcroft, a quiet town with a deep history. At its peak, it was home to more than 2,000 people, with over a dozen saloons and 2 major hotels. But when its silver mines failed, its residents left, one by one. Today, only about 7 wooden buildings remain, tucked in a wide valley surrounded by the towering Elk Range. What sets Ashcroft apart is its mood, not eerie, but deeply melancholic. The peaceful scenery and clean mountain air make it feel like a place that has made peace with its past. In summer, wildflowers bloom over the old mining grounds, as if nature is slowly healing the scars of history. And yet, its quiet presence serves as a lasting reminder even a town once built on hope can vanish without warning. From those 3 ghost towns, let's head deeper into the San Juan Mountains. Tucked away in one of its remote corners lies Animas Forks, a mining town built at more than 3,300 meters above sea level. For those unfamiliar with it, the town was born in the 1870s and once had a hotel, a post office, and even a local newspaper printer. But today, it's in a very fragile state. A few buildings still stand, including the famous Duncan House with its large glass windows overlooking a snowy valley. Because of its location deep in the San Juans, Getting to Animas Forks is no easy task, but that's exactly what makes it fascinating, at least for some. When fog rolls down from the mountain peaks and wraps around the old houses, the town feels like another world entirely. Many history lovers and photographers come here not just to see the buildings, but to feel a slice of life in this cold, rugged altitude. If Animas Forks is hard to reach, then the town of Independence is remembered as one of the first settlements in the Roaring Fork Valley. Founded after a gold discovery in 1879, it was once home to over 1,000 people. But the extreme altitude and brutally harsh winters made survival nearly impossible. When food supplies ran low, most residents left on foot, trekking through a snowstorm toward Aspen. Some never made it. Today, only stone foundations and wooden beams remain, but the surrounding scenery is so stunning, it's hard to imagine the tragedy that once unfolded here. Much like Ashcroft, Independence reminds us that behind every great discovery, there's always a price, and sometimes it's one nobody sees coming. Meanwhile, this town offers a different experience from most ghost towns. Ohio City isn't a ghost town in the full sense of the word. It's more like a place that's breathing slowly. It was born from the gold rush of the 1860s, then died, came back to life, and died again every time the mines opened and closed. Today, only a few seasonal residents remain, quietly caring for the old buildings and fading memories. In the summer, birdsong and mountain breezes replace the sound of blasting rock. There's a certain peace here, as if the town has made peace with its uncertain fate, existing somewhere between the past and the present. If Ohio City hasn't fully become a ghost, what about this one? Sitting high above Telluride, Alta wasn't just a former gold mining town. It was also the birthplace of innovation. In 1891, it became the first place in the world to use long-distance electric power transmission for mining operations. An incredible achievement for its time. Today, the remnants of its mining buildings still stand among wide grassy meadows and snow-capped peaks. When the evening sun dips behind the San Miguel Mountains, long shadows stretch across the ruins, creating a scene that feels almost cinematic. Yes, Alta has long been abandoned, but the spirit of its innovation still lingers, even if only through lifeless remnants. Then there's a town with both a striking name and an unforgettable landscape. The journey to reach it isn't for the faint of heart. A narrow, rocky road climbs steeply toward Telluride. But once you reach the top, the view is breathtaking. Wide valleys, a veil of mist, and ruins from the old mines still standing strong among the rocks. Back in its day, Tomboy was one of Colorado's richest gold mines. Now, only rubble and foundations remain, but its presence is still powerful. In certain moments, the place feels almost surreal. With its beautiful stillness, it's as if the spirits of the past still linger among the stones. Now we move into the dense forests of Larimer County. Hidden here is the site of a former silver mining town that rose and fell in a flash. This was Teller City. In the 1880s, Over 1,000 buildings stood in this town, but within 2 decades, it was left behind without warning. Today, pine forests have swallowed what's left of the cabins and old roads. Walking alone among the towering trees, even the snap of a twig or a gust of wind can feel eerie. Still, Teller City isn't just another ghost town. It feels more like a secret the wilderness has reclaimed from the hands of man. Among all the ghost towns in Colorado, Dearfield might have the most touching story. It was founded in 1910 by Oliver T. Jackson, a black man with a dream to build a self-sustaining community for fellow African Americans. At its peak, Dearfield had a school, a church, a restaurant, and hundreds of residents. But the Great Depression brought failed crops, and people left in search of better lives. Today, only a few brick buildings remain, standing alone in a dry, open plain. Still, its spirit endures. Dearfield isn't a story of collapse. It's something deeper. It's a story of resilience. If the last town was a reminder that dreams can grow in even the harshest soil, this one offers a different kind of message. Few ever make it to Carson. Located near the Continental Divide, this place is truly remote. The road is narrow, rocky, and often snow-covered, even in summer. But for those who manage the climb, the view is unforgettable. What's left are wooden cabin remnants scattered across high meadows, surrounded by towering, silent peaks. Carson feels like a time capsule kept in the clouds, hard to reach, but full of mystery. Then there's a town nearly forgotten, yet still holding on to its quiet charm for those who come looking. Tucked between the slopes of Clear Creek County, Apex was once a gold mining town. In the late 19th century, it was even a regional hub, filled with busy hotels, saloons, and schools. But as the gold ran dry, buildings were slowly left behind. Now, only a few stone foundations and crumbling brick walls remain, weathering the years. The silence in Apex is deep, like echoes of the past still whisper through the pine trees and mountain mists. The story of Apex might be striking, but it pales in comparison to this town. Tincup is known as the wildest ghost town in Colorado. In the late 1800s, it had a fierce reputation. Conflicts, duels, and street justice were part of everyday life. But beneath all that violence, there was a strong pioneer spirit. Today, Tincup has become a peaceful little town, with some of its old buildings still well preserved. Each summer, seasonal residents return, keeping the memories alive. And when night falls and oil lamps light up the cabins, Tincup feels like a step back in time, wild, yet undeniably captivating. Then there's Crystal. Have you heard of it? Believe it or not, Crystal is more than just another ghost town. It's an icon. The Crystal Mill, perched on a rocky ledge, has become one of the most photographed sites in Colorado. Built in 1892, it once powered nearby mines with hydro energy. Now, although much of the town has vanished, the mill still stands tall, surrounded by aspen trees and a roaring river. In autumn, golden and orange leaves light up the valley. The place feels more like a scenic retreat than a ruin, its beauty untouched by time, even long after life has moved on. And finally, there's Vicksburg, a town offering a quieter version of the past. Not far from St. Elmo, it was never as big or as wealthy as its neighbor, but its authenticity is what draws people in. Wooden cabins still stand between towering trees, and a small museum preserves the legacy of its early residents. Vicksburg doesn't ask to be noticed. It feels like the final page of a history book, simple, silent, but full of meaning. Here, the only sounds are the gentle trickle of a nearby stream and the wind brushing across a dusty path. Everything seems to whisper. Time has passed, but the memories remain. Colorado is a land of two faces. One lives in the sparkle of modern life, the other is trapped in a frozen past. Its ghost towns aren't just ruins, they're fragments of a larger story about courage, greed, and human hope. Every plank of wood, every stone foundation, every empty window echoes with the life that once roared beneath mountain skies. And when we stand in the middle of that silence, maybe then we understand. Ghost towns aren't only about what was left behind. They're about the human spirit that still lingers, waiting to be remembered.